Well, was this day 5 of this test match or was it day 4? Hello and welcome to a brand new episode on Boundary Line Podcast with me, Dillon, missing Sheldon today. But India showing their class today, complete dominance right from day one, winning by an innings and 132 runs after scoring 400 there in the first innings. Australia will be disappointed with the way they played 91 all out, just 91 there on a decent pitch, especially on the first 2 days. But one would think that they would look to apply themselves much better. But again, failing to apply themselves and not getting a good enough total there. But before going ahead with the video, guys, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more important updates in the world of cricket and especially in this Border Gavaskar trophy. Well, let's get straight into it then. India scoring 400 runs there with Akshar Patel scoring 84 today and taking India to 400 runs. Mohammad Shami scored a handy 30 odd runs there, and Jadeja played brilliantly. Also, just adding a few more runs there to his overnight score of 66. He got out on 70. India would be very pleased by the way they played. And at one point, especially yesterday, it looked like, India could have got out early, especially with a lead of 100, 120 runs. And you never know, the game could have gone in a different way. And, Australia would have felt that they had a chance in this game. But the moment the lead crossed 150, 170, you knew that they were out of this game straight away. But credit to be given to Ravindra Jadeja and Akshar Patel for the way they batted yesterday and just getting India in the game back. And at one point, India were 244-7 and they were just 63 runs ahead at that point, and they added 160 runs for the last 3 wickets there. Just goes to show the depth that they have in the batting, and there's just some quality batting, by the lower middle order. So full credit to India to that. And Australia, on the other hand, I think would be happy with just Murphy. I thought he bowled brilliantly, for a new kid there. It's not easy coming to India and bowling like that. You're under pressure a lot. And for a guy who's played just one first-class match, this meant a lot to him. You could see it. And credit to Murphy for the way he bowled. 7 wickets on debut is not easy. And this looks like a good road ahead for him, so wishing him all the best. The guy's got a big future, and with Nathan Lyon, hanging his boots up at some point of time, this seems like the perfect transition for him to, just learn from Nathan Lyon, make it big in the world of cricket. Australia will be very disappointed the way they played today. Just bundled out in 2 sessions, says a lot. I thought they were not trusting their defense at times. You could see that, they just wanted to hit out, and sweeping every ball is not the way to play, especially over here. They either river sweeping or going for the sweep shot. It just doesn't work like that. Sometimes you got to play the ball on merit. You got to know which ball to leave. And yes, it can be very difficult at times, especially coming in India and playing, but you got to trust your defense. And I think it was Wasim Jafar who mentioned that. I think he tweeted it, if I'm not mistaken, saying that if both the teams had to struggle on this wicket, then, fair play that, the wicket wasn't good. But one team struggling so badly on this wicket says a lot that they need to apply themselves much better. And he couldn't have said it any more better there. Of course, they had their injury woes, and they had their injury concerns with Cameron Green not playing, Mitchell Stark not there, and they will be looking to get them back in the next test. And it will be interesting to see what the combination for them is going to be in the next test match. And for India, I think they played wonderfully well. Rohit Sharma, that splendid 100 yesterday, the way he played just goes to show that if you apply yourself and hang in there for a little bit more time, you can get the big score. You can get in there and you can score big runs. And at one point, Australia in the first innings looked like they were going to get that, but the Indian spinners didn't allow them, to get away with it. And that's where I think Australia lost the game. The first innings, just 177 on that kind of a wicket on day one is just not good enough. And the game was lost there itself. And Ashwin, what a champion he is. You cannot keep a champion quiet for too long, Dinesh Karthik said, and rightly so, getting his 31st 5 wicket haul. Man, this guy is some player, right? 31st 5 wicket haul there, such a brilliant spinner, and a class act for India there, just time and again proving himself that how important he is in this format of the game. So full credit to Ashwin, really happy for him the way he's done. And Ravindra Jadeja, player of the match once again, coming back from injury. the way he played in the first innings, absolutely brilliant, with Akshar Patel. And then again with the ball, 5 wickets in the first innings, 2 wickets in the second innings, rightly so adjudged the player of the match. I feel Australia will be really disappointed the way they played, especially in the second innings. To get bundled out for 91 on this sort of a wicket and not playing to their strength is very embarrassing, right? It's very embarrassing for them, and but they should not lose hope now because there's still some time in this Border Gavaskar trophy for them to recover. And they should take a leaf out of India's book. When India went to Australia a few years ago to play the Border Gavaskar trophy, you could see they got out for 36 in the first test match and then bounced back to win. So they won the next test, drew the third test, and then eventually winning at the Gabba. We all know how that went. So they should take some lesson from India there, and and bounce back. And it should be interesting to see how they go ahead. And we want this series to be interesting. We want it to be a close encounter there. So, like I said, Australia, don't give up. And at one point, I was feeling really sad for them the way they were playing. They just wanted it to end as soon as possible. And you could actually see it on their faces. They just wanted to get done with it. This is not the Australia we know, right? Because Australia, whenever they go and play away from their home, they look to dominate right from the word go. They look to play aggressive, and they're ruthless in the way they are. But here is a different Australia which we're looking at. And India, on the other hand, even when they were playing at home and when Australia used to visit them, you would see that the Australians would be ruthless with them, right? They would sledge them and get into their head. But this time around, India really gave it to them. You could see the way they were mocking them on the field, and that was really embarrassing. And I really felt sad for them at one point. So all in all, a wonderful test match. Looking forward to the next test, which is going to be played in Delhi. So until then, stay tuned for more updates, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Let us know in the comment section what you thought about the match and what you feel Australia can do better in the next test. We will, of course, be back with more such updates. So thank you for watching and stay tuned.